Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Mornings with Loretta. And yes, it is early November, and that means holiday shopping and travel and all that good stuff that we hadn't necessarily planned for financially, but we've been thinking about for a long time. So joining me today, my guest, Erika White. She is going to help us with this whole thing of how to get what we want and not have to pay it until later. Hopefully that's the case. Erika, welcome to the show.
Thanks. Good to be here.
So we're going to just jump right in there. So how are shoppers feeling about their holiday shopping this year? And how are they looking to solve their financial stress? I'm one of those because I always want to give too much. So help me personally.
I have to figure out a way to get on your gift list then.
Absolutely.
But you hit the nail on the head. We all have our own nuances and tips and tricks when it comes to getting our holiday shopping done. Some of us are super early, some of us are super late. But actually, this holiday season, Affirm went out and surveyed some consumers to just understand where their head was at on shopping this holiday season. And one thing we found, it's no surprise that people are pretty tired of these high costs. It's just a reality of the environment we're in, but inflation is still causing some stress on a regular basis. So you have about half of the consumers we talk to delaying their holiday shopping a bit. And the reason that they're doing so is to try and find better deals. We asked that group specifically who is delaying, why are you trying to put this off? And 8 in 10 actually were how many said they were waiting for better deals. So we'll see what happens in terms of items being available and just how long people are going to end up putting things off. But certainly a cohort of people who are saying, maybe not right now.
Okay. We're going to help change that because we have good news for them, right? We have good news, but we're not going to give it away yet. I want to ask a couple more questions. So back in the day, and you may not remember this, but there was this thing called layaway, where I think my mom may have used it a couple of times, and I used it as an adult for my kids, but I would always forget to go get my stuff out. So I paid money and never got my goodies. So with this, how about you can buy now, pay later, to help us with the better budget. So how can you help us being the PR person at Affirm?
Yeah, so let's talk about buy now, pay later for a moment, because it is certainly distinct from layaway, and most notably probably because you're actually buying now, getting it now, and paying over time. First of all, I would want everybody listening to know that not all these tools are created equal. This group of tools, buy now, pay later, has been around for a little while now, long enough that about half of holiday shoppers are actually looking for these solutions at checkout. So it's become pretty mainstream. But Affirm specifically has really found a niche because we don't do any late fees. We don't do any compounding interest. We're really here to create more transparent and honest financial products. And what that means in practice is if you apply to use Affirm, you're going to see your payment options, and we're going to give you some different payment schedules. You can pick a payment schedule that makes sense for you. But the terms of how we agree to that payment schedule, they aren't going to change. You're not going to be surprised by a bunch of hidden interest, and that interest isn't going to compound. What you see is what you get. We're bringing a lot more transparency to those financial decisions. And again, no late fees either. So we want to work with the consumer to find a sound decision that makes sense for them, as well as one that makes sense for our business.
Okay, I love that. So brings me to this question. So now I've used Affirm plenty online.
Good.
I've used it in store. So I know online I get pre-approved for a certain amount. It tells me my monthly payments for 4 months. And then I want to talk about all the places you can use Affirm, because we think it's just online retail, but I've learned that it's so much more. So tell us how we'll know if we're to check out. And you said there was an option now to check out with Affirm as opposed to using your credit card or cash. So how will we know what we can pay each month? Is that pre-approved prior to going to the store or at the register?
Yeah, so I'm first of all thrilled that you're an Affirm user, and it sounds like a happy one, and it sounds like many other consumers, you met us shopping online at checkout. So if you've decided you also want to use this payment method in store, the place to go is really the Affirm app. And in the Affirm app, you can generate a virtual card that works pretty much like any card you would use in a store. You can do your pre-approval amount and take that and use it virtually anywhere that you're shopping. So download the Affirm app app if you haven't already, because that's going to make shopping in store and using pay over time a lot easier, especially this holiday season.
I want to say this, Erika, you're like my new best friend. I had no idea that you could do that with a credit card, a Affirm card. So that's really going to help you because, it's so stressful, especially if you have kids or you want to do something for your mom or dad or somebody who's been especially amazing to you through the year, but you just can't swing it, what you want to get and pay for it right now. So I think this is like a gift of love that you are giving people, and not talking about people who are going to overshop anyway and get in trouble. We're not talking about those people, but this is really making it easier for people who really want to show some gratitude even, and then just have a great holiday with great gifts, right? And we know that's not what it's about, but we love through gift giving, whatever that looks like. So I'm loving this, Eric. I'm so loving this. So when to use buy now, pay later during the holiday season? When should we use it? How early? And then those payment structure. Can we talk about that?
Sure. So I would say first and foremost, if you're not like you and you haven't used it yet, I would say start doing your homework now. There's different solutions. And obviously, I think Affirm is a great one because, again, there's none of those gotchas. There's none of those hidden fees. But make sure you're familiar with these tools and what the distinctions between them are. So I would say start there. Now is the time, especially going into the holiday shopping season, but people are using Affirm year round. Travel is a category that's been hot for pretty much years now. And we see plenty of consumers who have been using Affirm to pay for their travel for year-round trips. That being said, in terms of time to use it, and I wanted to say something about what you were saying about gift giving, is I think anytime you want to feel a bit more control over your finances, then that's a really good time to start thinking about using these solutions versus your more traditional ones.
I'm telling you, you can budget better. You can budget instead of paying $500 for something, you can pay that over, or maybe it's just $75. What's the limit that you can put on it? I don't know, because I just get what I want and then put it on the phone.
Yeah, well, we can finance up to pretty big purchases. Probably someone who you would have to love a lot. I mean, thousands of dollars, I believe, tens of thousands of dollars even. But I'm not personally shopping for anyone on my list at that amount.
No, we're not going into 5 figures for shopping for anyone. Not even the people I love dearly, 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 and would give everything for. So, what's the minimal amount that you can put on Affirm? I know you got to go, but I just love this topic. So that's the last one more question after this. How can they go and pay and find out? But this question now.
Yeah. So typically the baseline or the basement, as you would think about it, would be about $50. It's going to vary by merchant, but that's typically how you would think about a baseline.
Okay. So I got to ask this question. That means our time is up. And Erika, my new best friend, we have got to do this again. So where can they go for more information?
To get more information about Affirm, go to www.affirm.com, our website. Again, you can learn more about our products as well as everywhere you can use them. Or you can download the Affirm app on your mobile device to start shopping now and finding some of those great holiday deals, including interest-free promotions.
Interest-free, honey. That's like saying I love you to me. Tell me I got something for interest-free, because that's where your money goes. Erika, thank you so much for being our guest on Mornings with Loretta, and please do come back, and happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you as well. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye. Let me tell you, I do love Affirm. And when I found out that my son told me you could do your travel with them and pay in some installments, because sometimes we need to go see a friend, to go celebrate, and we haven't budgeted for it. So I think that comes in handy. Please use it responsibly. Please use it responsibly, like you do any other credit purchase. Use it responsibly. And credit is good. It's really good, but don't overuse it, because you get in trouble and you can't pay it. And that's a horrible feeling. I can imagine it's a horrible feeling after you spend all this stuff and you can't pay, and then I got to give you all these calls. So make sure you shop responsibly for the holiday season. And coming up next, this is a great segue. She's been here before. We love it when Tregaye is on here. She is doing fabulous with her own series on Oprah Winfrey Network. And when you see her and her energy, it's just makes my day. Everybody welcome the phenomenal Chef Tregaye to Mornings with Loretta. Look at her in the background.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon at this point. How are you?
I know. Depending where you are, because it's still morning here. You got to get to the South, honey. We need you here. We got to do a cooking segment and all kinds of good stuff together.
Yes.
So So we're going to talk about all this holiday stuff. You're going to give us some tips and some tricks. We're going to do some hacks. So what's your secret for a great holiday meal or a holiday party?
You know what? I just like to tell people, hey, let's not wait till the morning of the holiday to start preparing, right? We want to give ourselves at least 3 to 4 days before the event to make sure that we have properly prepared. Okay, that's going from writing out your menu, taking that menu, looking through your home and seeing what items you already have, then see what you need to shop for. Then you're going to want to go into your mise en place, which is chopping up your veggies, brining your turkey, marinating all your meat so you can have a delicious and flavorful holiday. And if you'll give yourself room to make mistakes, if that happens, then you'll also leave the actual day open to where you're actually able to spend time with your family.
Right. You're able to enjoy it when you prep. And it took me years to learn that because my mom just did the whole thing. Honey, she was Superwoman Diva all in one, how she made the holidays happen all in that day. And now she does pre-cook a day or so ahead of time. So we're very on target with that now. And that's a great tip because that will help reduce our stress. So what is something to put on that menu that we pre-planned that will keep guests coming back for more? So anytime Loretta's doing something, they know I'm going to have this item because they know it's going to be delicious. So what would that be?
Intimates goes great with people, especially throughout the holidays, right? The holidays are a perfect time to indulge in sweetness, and Intimates has you covered. Their seasonal baked goods can be used to create a variety of festive desserts, including this trifle layered with seasonal fruit. I mean, look at it. It's amazing, super easy to make. And then Intimates rich frosted donuts, pop 'em glazed donut holes, and the powdered popettes. Or you can try the Baker's Delights crumb cakes, topped with whipped cream for an effortless treat with over 100 baked goods to choose from. The opportunities are endless.
You know what I'm excited about when I just saw that, Chef? You just take stuff out of the packages, put your own spin on it, and who has to know it was a pre-boxed item, right?
Nobody but you in that box. Nobody has to know.
Nobody's business.
It's nobody's business.
Is here to save us. So recommend a beverage to complement any holiday feast because I love a good punch and I love ginger ale. So what do you recommend to kind of up level all of that for me?
You know what? Especially for family events, mocktails are all the rage right now. They're really very trending, very much. And Welch's gets the job done. I really love Welch's because they have this. My secret weapon is Welch's non-alcoholic sparkling juices. You can take your celebration from special to sparkling with these crisp and refreshing drinks. Now, this pomegranate mocktail, it includes the white grape juice, the Welch's 100% orange juice, fresh pomegranate juice, fresh lime. This Welch's sparkling juice come in 6 delicious flavors, and they're all great options for the holidays, made with real fruit juice to make the occasions pop with flavor. I absolutely love me a good mocktail, and Welch's gets it done.
Okay, so I'm telling you, honey, we have got to do a show together. I know you're on and you're in the big league, but I need to come on so you can show me how to do a mocktail because I usually just put mine in a cute drinking glass, like a wine glass or a little.
Listen, I'm down. Set it up. Go to cheftregaye.com. Hit me up in the info section and let's set it up. I'm always down to get in the kitchen and cook with you. I'm always down.
I need some recipes to make it look good. And let me tell you, I did not know that you were going to do Welch's. Look what I have in the refrigerator. A friend gifted it when we cooked a little something on Cooking with Loretta. Can you see this? That's Welch's sparkling white grape. So
that's confirmation.
I'm not in it. I'm not new to the game, honey. I'm true to this game. So I love it. So what's a good way to relieve stress during the holidays? I know you said kind of pre-planning, and prepping and all that thing. So what else can we share with our audience to help relieve that holiday stress?
I mean, we just did all this preparation, right? We just made our desserts. We just made our mocktails. We just chopped up our veggies and our turkey marinating and all that. But where are we going to put all this stuff? We need to make sure we have a nice size refrigerator and a functional refrigerator. So my Dia does it best. Okay. One time my refrigerator went out one year. I was so stressed. Now I'm celebrating the stress-free holiday with my Dia's new standard depth French door refrigerator. You know, it's available at Lowe's exclusively, boasting 29.3 cubic feet. It's your ultimate holiday helper, making room for all of your festive favorites from the turkey to the pie. Now, they do have this click and glide door band that accommodates bottles without reshuffling. And then the dual ice maker and freezer drawer, they hold up to 8 pounds of ice daily. First of all, this refrigerator took it to the next level. Let me tell you why. One, I don't know how many times and how many holidays we got to send somebody back to the gas station to get some ice. All the grocery stores are closed. We got to send somebody to the gas station to get some ice. Right? Well, now we're starting off with 8 pounds. Okay, so we're good to go. Then we got these tall bottles of, you know, our Welch's juice, right? Yes. We're trying to stuff it into the side door. Just click it and pull it down. Just click it and pull it down. I love this refrigerator. It's awesome.
You just taught me something. I have the refrigerator, and I didn't know that I could move my shelves that easily around to accommodate y'all. I just kind of lay it to the side. She has been laid to the side so many times. Now I know. Just go adjust shelving. So do you have any other suggestions? Because I know I'm gonna have to let you go in a minute for what we can do and what we can serve this holiday season to make us the star of the show.
Absolutely. So, you know, friend, you know how you go and you're cutting up all these vegetables and things like that, right? It's kind of like, okay, well, I cut up the onions. Let me throw the skins away. No, don't throw those skins away. Put them in a resealable bag. Don't throw the tips of those asparagus away. Don't throw away those end pieces of the bell pepper. Don't do that. Save all your vegetable scraps throughout the week. You just pop them in the freezer in a resealable bag. When that bag gets full, you dump that into a pot. You fill that pot with water and seasonings and spices. You boil it. Bring it to a roaring boil. And then strain that liquid after it's done boiling into another container. And that liquid is your vegetable stock. Now, you saved yourself some money. You didn't have to go to the store and buy any for the dressing, the cornbread dressing. And now you also have used your vegetable from the beginning to the end.
You are a genius. You are just a genius. So can you just run it by me just a little more again? I know that's not correct English, but I'm in this to win it. A little more again. Come on, yes. Now we words. We shorten words all the time. Just do it.
You know how we do. You know how we do. But just take your veggies. So say if you started, and I say put them in the freezer because, you know, you have so many scraps. You don't want them to go bad before the end of the week, right? So just throughout the week, I will cut up my onions, cut up my carrots. And you know how you get rid of the little back piece or you shave the carrots, you normally throw that away. Don't do that. You cut the end pieces of the asparagus because it's bitter and you throw it away. Don't do that. Take any scraps that you have and put them in a resealable bag. Once that bag fills up, then, or if it's just a big day and you're cutting a lot of vegetables, just save all those scraps and put them in a pot. Fill that pot with water, season it with your salt, your pepper, your granulated onion, granulated garlic, whatever you want to season it with. Bring it to a boil and then strain that liquid into another container. And that leftover liquid is your vegetable stock.
I'm telling you, honey, you are teaching us all these hacks. These are not even tips and tricks. These are hacks for the holiday season. You are saving us time and stress and money. So now we can be fabulous at our own holiday party. Yes, ma'am. I'm in for this one. So, okay, I know I got to let you go. So this is the last question that lets everybody know you got to go, Chef. But you got to promise you're going to come back on before the holidays are over because I know there's so much more you can offer.
You know I'm coming back, man.
Honey, yes, ma'am. And we're going to watch you on network too, Tregaye's Way. So where can we go for more information?
For more information, you can head over to tipsontv.com. Now, if you want to get some cool recipes, you can get my book, Kitchen Conversations with Chef Tregaye. It's available on Amazon. And you can also go to my website. I do a blog and I have a lot of different fun recipes on cheftregaye.com. And Loretta, you need to go there anyway because you need to set that up so I can come and cook with you.
Girl, I'm coming to you or you coming to me, and we're going to do cooking with Loretta. We're going to have a little mocktails, maybe even get these people to send us some stuff so we can show people how to do that pomegranate and all that good stuff mixed together and just enjoy our meals. It doesn't have to cost $1 million to have a fabulous dinner party. We can make it happen. Monica said that's how they do in Creole kitchens every day. They're saving all that stuff, honey, making veggie stock. So
that's it.
We're up levels now. We're in the game. Thank you so much, Chef. I hope you will come again. I'm going to reach out to you. That's for sure. And everybody tune in to Tregaye's Way on network. Thank you, Tregaye. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Let me tell you. So this is her information for Chef, and she's like that all the time. If you ever met her, you met a friend. She's a friend that you hadn't yet met yet, because she is not a stranger. So never in her wildest dreams did she imagine her dreams would come true, right? Bringing her so much joy and notoriety as Chef Tregaye. And she is proud to be the first African-American woman to win Food Network Star, one of her first chefs. She's one of the first chefs to bring food to the OWN network with her show, Tregaye's Way. Let me tell you, she's a first. She is brilliant. And you see why. Not only she's really good at and top at her industry, but she's just an overall, all-around great person. She is like that all the time. Her energy is infectious. So lastly, Chef Tregaye is host of Cake-a-Likes, featured on Food Network and Discovery Plus. Chef Tregaye's goal is to inspire a whole new generation of young chefs and demonstrate by example of her two sons that they can accomplish anything that they set their minds to. And let me say, I didn't know that when we first started talking, because that's the way I feel too. I want to be the role model for my sons. I don't want them to I've never wanted them to have to find it on TV or on the basketball court or on a music video. I wanted to be their first and most precious, hopefully, role model that tells them and shows them you really can do anything you want to do. I tell them all the time, I'm proud of them and that there is nothing in this world that they can imagine that they can't do. They can do it if they believe they can and they do the work. And I'm going to support them with everything I have. So I hope you, and I do that for my friends too, not just my sons. But anyway, everybody, it's that time of year when people start stressing. We're missing our loved ones. We're worried about what we can and can't do. But let's all be kind. Let's choose kindness, because everybody's going through something. No matter how much we smile, giggle, laugh, and make you feel good, everybody's going through something. So let's choose kindness. Let's choose joy. And definitely let's choose self-care. I gotta go too, because we got so much going on. But thank you so much for tuning in and watching Mornings with Loretta under the umbrella of McNary Media Network and the Loretta McNary Show. In closing, think positive, dream big dreams, help someone along the way.
Your life makes it day, help you try.